Hello, Planner. Day 4 of my 30-day Mindful Messy March challenge, where I'm showing up here on YouTube every day, whether live streaming or creating you some videos to keep you company and make sure that showing up doesn't mean you have to be perfect. Showing up doesn't mean you have to do it all confident all the time. We can do it scared, we can do it messy, and we can just figure things out along the way. So if you're with me, say hello in the chat. Do not be shy. Keep me company. I know we're all in different parts of the world and time zone wise. Maybe some of you are off to sleep. Here in Sydney, Australia, it is 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon. And I'm buying some time here because hubby and the younger son, it's a homeschool day today, they're gone out for their walk. So, of course, I've got to be mindful not to keep him out there. That's sort of out of his normal routine because that just shakes him and rattles him. So I'll get to it as much as I can. Hello, Brenda. Nice to see you. It's like we're hanging out each day. I love it. It's a daily party. Laura, hello, good night from Costa Rica. My papers and pencil are ready. Excellent. So we are going to be doing, hello, Stephanie, Plannerets Assemble. Hello, everyone, and a big hug to you, and a big hug to you too. Reaching out, hugs to everyone. And here we are, Cindy. Oh, a lot of you are here. Maybe I should go on live at 1:30 p.m. Everybody seems to be here. So this is great. Hello, Marianne. Hello, chat. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be doing a planner flip through. So this is my A5 Filofax Domino Soft in the duck egg. Now I do have a video where I unboxed it, so you get to see what comes with it when you do purchase it off the Filofax website. Now I was gifted this, but I do not use the Filofax refills because I created my own and I use mine that has fitting my productivity and my self-care routines. So this is in duck egg, like I said, unboxing. If you want to just start out, they've got refills for daily pages, weekly calendars, and you can also customize it. There's a personalization station that you can then add your own birthdays and dates and celebrations and anniversary. So that probably will be a video that I'm going to make next, and how to navigate their personalization station. This video is not sponsored. I used to be a Filofax ambassador where I did get Filofax products to use and experience and then share my thoughts on them. I am no longer a Filofax ambassador, but I still get gifted because I love it first personally, and I was using it way before I was a Filofax ambassador back in the 90s. It was such a thing that I wanted to have in the 90s, to have a Filofax planner. But now I just use the cover to then encase all of my planner pages. Hello, Elle. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you so much for being here. So we'll get right into it. I'm going to flip through. Now, I went through it and I put in the description all the things I'm going to cover. So the links to things. But if I do forget anything, I'm going to go back and rewatch the live stream to make sure, because so then it saves you from having to look around all these different places. I'm going to make it easy for you and make sure that it is just a click away. Okay, so I won't go through the features of this planner because, of course, you already have the other video. So if you haven't checked that unboxing video, do check that out. All right, so inside the what do you call this, the inside pocket, I just have this stencil. I think I just bought it from one of the stationery stores here in Australia, but I have a link in the description for just similar stencils that you can use. So you can create little speech bubbles, buntings. I don't use this actually, but I like to have it in there just in case. So, for the days when I can't think of what to draw, what to doodle, freehand, hand-drawn stuff, that's always handy to have. And I think the other things I have in here are receipts I got to claim. Okay, the next thing I have is this little, they call it dashboard, or, like a divider. A lot of people in the planner community will create pretty dashboards, so if you have a Canva account, or if you put something in Word document or Adobe or Photoshop, you can create your own beautiful dashboards, a cover page. But this one I created, did I cut it? Yes, I created from laminated sheets. Yeah, I created this myself from laminated sheet. What it is you've just sandwiched an extra laminating sheets inside. So when you put it through the machine, the these two will stick together, these two. So then inside is a little pocket. And guess what? I have a YouTube video showing you how to make these, I guess, pocket dashboard or pocket dividers. So it's just good to put in any loose leaf paper, loose leaf receipts, if you want to put a little collage of photos, and you can change it up. Isn't that a great idea? And I do have the link for that in the A5 size, as well as I think for the personal size, where you can use it as a cash envelope. So if you do sinking funds, or if you're in a savings challenge, you can create a size that fits a personal planner, and then you can put your cash in there and save. So another little tutorial for you to check out if you haven't done so. You can, and if you have laminated sheets already and laminating machine, so for those of us who are crafty or are homeschoolers or just having these things and like to create your own stuff, you can make one. What do you think? Did you know that you can make your own pocket like this? Let me know and give me a thumbs up to just go, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, so another crafty thing you can do this weekend. And then on the front of my page is this daily affirmation that has 35 daily positive affirmations. It's grouped in different categories. So however you're feeling for the day, and you just need to help reframe any negative thoughts that might come up, this is a great one to either write in your planner. So then, because if you are saying it to yourself, remember the dialogue you keep in your head or that you say to yourself is what you'll focus on. So if you're saying negative things like I'm not good, I've failed, then that's what the brain will like spot. So we need to change things up, and daily affirmations are always a good thing. And so for those of you who are new to Marianne Crest, who are new to me, this is free. This is a free printable that you can have. Yes, I'm going to give it to you. Here, have it. So if you have a printer at home, you can do this, or there's a printing service, you can download it, print it, and two ways you can get it. You can either, or actually, did I include this in my planner? It's community. I'll make sure. But if you sign up for my free weekly email newsletter, I'll go and send you a welcome email that has this and all the other freebies that I have. Yes, Elsa is so cool for the pocket dashboard. And yeah, you can make anything that you want to protect as well. Normally, if like loose leaf receipts or loose leaf paper or post-it notes, that sometimes you put it down like this, and sometimes some post-it notes, if you take it off and on, they just fly away. That's just a nice little safe place to pop it in. Now I do have these little post-it notes of positive affirmations. These ones I typed I myself, but because I feel nice and I love you guys and I love sharing things, there is another free printable download for a 3x3-inch post-it note. That, did you know, if your printer, okay, just make sure if your printer allows it, you can print on post-it notes just like this. Okay, so this printable is available. So you can either print blank ones, blank little doodle frames, or I do have a set of positive affirmations that you can also print. Print a set of these, put one in front of your computer screen, and then, I'm stronger than my doubts. I embrace the unknown with courage. I'm always learning and growing. So what it is you get, I think, 3 pages of printable. The first one is a blank sheet where you place your post-it note, okay? And then if your printer allows it, I have to say that because some printers might eat up the post-it note when you feed it through. So not all printers are created equal. You can then print blank doodle post-it notes, or these 6 that already have filled in positive affirmations. And normally, I'll maybe, if I'm having a little bit of a doubtful moment, I'll pick one of these up and I might put it in on my clear divider for today. And then every time I look at my daily page, I am reminding myself I'm stronger than my doubts. All right, again, part of the freebie when you sign up for my email newsletter. Thank you, Mary Ann. Yes, love your items. Post-it notes printing is so cool. I had no idea. Yes, I think the first time I saw this is because, I'm a homeschooling mum and I follow lots of teachers and homeschooling accounts where a lot of teachers, if you have to send lots of notes to parents, and instead of writing down the notes each and every time, like, make sure tomorrow the children pack a lunch for our excursion, you just print out post-it note. And if you're computer savvy with your Word, with your Photoshop, or with Adobe, or even PowerPoint presentation, you can then customize whatever message. So you can do this too. Look, if you have, when you download this and you do have Canva, then you can print your own little saying, your own little message to yourself, your own little love notes to your children to say, Mum loves you. Imagine opening that in their lunchbox. That'd be so cool. So that, again, is a freebie for you if you are a Plannerette member or you sign up to my weekly newsletter. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so we can just see. All right, so that's that one. Now, again, if you follow me, I have the other freebie is a brain dump. Okay, as you can see, I did a brain dump for this part of my 30-day Mindful Messy March challenge, where I did a brain dump on screen. I put the timer on for 10 minutes, just wrote everything that's in my head down on paper. Of course, brain dumping is a really essential part of clearing and decluttering your mind. And you can just do it. You don't have to have, a printable for it. Just get a blank notebook, a blank piece of paper. But it's always nice to have the heading. If you're like me and my mind is cluttered, it's like, what's that page for? Oh, it's a brain dump. Nice and easy. It tells me what it is. So this is another freebie. It's just a simple page. It just has the heading and a grid line. So then you can write down all the clutter in your head in a nice straight line if you like to make sure that everything's still lined up. But yeah, so just no particular order. I did this. When did I do this? Day 2 of the challenge. And then, categorizing. I think, do I have? Yes, in the playlist, in the 30-day Mindful Messy March challenge, this is in there, okay? So that's that one. Now, before I keep going, you're probably seeing these. So these, again, clear divided tabs that I made myself. There are a couple ways that you can make it. And let me see if I've got this all lined up already. Okay, I have quite a few different YouTube videos already on how you can create clear divided tabs for your planner. So regardless of what planner size you have, just follow my instructions and then just change the dimensions to the dimensions of your planner pages. So I have ones there for Happy Planner Classic. I have one there. I think I have one for, do I have one for personal size? Think so. Yep, clear dividers. So see, there's a few different ones in there. So have a look at the playlist, which is applicable to you. You can use laminated sheet. Again, I remember someone had said in the comments, well, this is only good for those who have the tools already. Well, yes, of course, but if you have already laminated sheets available and a laminating machine, yes, then, sometimes the tutorials and the videos that are out there in the internet world is not going to be for everybody, okay? And yes, it is easier to buy it yourself as well. But if the act of creating something is part of your hobby, part of your self-care, you enjoy making things from scratch, then that is why, being crafty is a really great thing. It's one of those, oh, I bought all the tools and materials, it only cost me $90 to buy all the machines and the equipment to make of something that costs $3. It's not about the cost, but it's about the time we take to be just do the things that we enjoy. And for me, one of the rewards that I get from creating stuff is envisioning something, or you see something on Pinterest and then you make it and it looks the same, or it looks good and it looks right and it actually works. You didn't, make any mistakes or too many mistakes. So the clear divider tabs, this particular one, and here's the thing, if you do not have a laminating machine, you know what this is made from? This is made from clear document envelopes. Let me see if I have one available. Aha. Okay, see? I bought this from Daiso. So if you just go to any stationery place you have, or, one of those wherever I think Michael's or whatever it is in your local online or local retail, can you see how that's a document envelope? Let me put a piece of paper so we can see a lot clearer. Okay, see how that, so some of the document envelopes are a little bit sturdier, some are a little bit softer. So of course, the sturdier the plastic gets, the more expensive they are. And depending on how many you need, I think I bought 8 of these documents, in a pack, or 4 in a pack, whatever. So you don't have to go all out and buy the expensive ones, but there are different ones available. The thicker the plastic, the more expensive they are. And this one is not too thick. It's a little, but it's not too flimsy. So you have to remember, if you are buying document envelopes like this one, is that it's got to be sturdy enough, because what I do with mine is, see how I cut, well, I'll hole punch it, and then I also cut little slits. So then I can replace it and remove it a lot quicker. So when I have to, go for the brain dump page, then I can move this, and then I can move this to the next available page. Okay, so this one, you won't need a laminating machine or laminated sheet. If you can purchase document envelopes, or some some plastic clear dividers that's already out there, but you want to make your own, go check out. I love going up and down the aisles of different stores and just looking at different things and thinking, what ways can I, what other ways, or how can I use it in other ways for my planner tools? Okay, so that's that one. Check the link again. Different tutorials on how to create different clear divider tabs. So here I've got top tabs, and I haven't labeled them because I've moved things around for the month of March. And these labels that I'm using are, I use the Dymo Letra Tag label maker. So I'm going to do that off camera, or maybe I might make that as one of the videos. And then I just, depending on, the size, you can choose different fonts. So you see this one I've used for a while now. Mainly those printers are heat printed. So then, of course, they do fade over time. So I may have to relabel those as well. So that's how I'll label my top tabs. I've got my side tabs here, and I've got my bottom tabs. So let me just go through the different sections I'm going to have. So this first one will be my brain dump page. So anytime I have something in my head that I need to make sure I need to write down on paper, and it doesn't belong in a daily, in a weekly, in my calendar, or any of the other planner pages I have, my brain dump is a place to pop them in. And then for me to get to that page right away, rather than flicking through, I know this will be my brain dump page. Okay, so have a section in your planner or in your diary or in your journal where it's just a free-for-all page. It doesn't have to be neat, but it's just, you need to have a trusted system where if something pops in your head, You write it down on paper, and then you know where you wrote it down. Right, so brain dump page is great. So what do we think so far? Is that some, are we writing down notes and getting ideas on what other things we can add into our own planning system? Let me know. If you haven't tapped the like yet, let me know. So when I see those likes come through, that I'm making sense, or people are listening and going, okay, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good, Miriam. All right. So the other pages I have here in the shop. So these ones are not freebies. In the shop, I think I call them brain dump, but they're more probably mind map pages. So if you want to just brain dump ideas, this is a great place to put. So then you're collecting similar thoughts where you don't know yet what to do with them, but I'm going to put them, write them down in a safe place. So this is sort of a mind map for ideas. You can have mind map for thoughts, feelings, things that are keep coming up. Because what happens, if you do watch the brain dumping video, is if we keep it in our head, it can multiply. The worry will get bigger. This idea and the thought, you might lose it and forget about it. So popping them down somewhere safe is a good one. So the little bright, what is it, light bulb, the thought one. And then I also have what I call my worry log. So when from time to time, or there's a season where I just get so worried and I can't shake it off and I can't get it out of my head, or you have trouble sleeping because all these things are just floating in your head. So there's a worry log. So I also use this for times where things can't be, I can't shake it off. Even if I do all my self-care, it's still stuck in there. And what I've found that's been really helpful is putting it down on paper. So again, just the little visuals, let me know it's not just because the brain dump is everything. But if you want to sort of group certain thoughts together, this is when this printable comes in handy. And then the other one, I think, is just a blank one. So you can go and maybe you can have packing list, or holiday ideas, or craft ideas, or crochet ideas, or painting ideas, whatever it is, there is a blank version. So then that way, you can put it there and just go knitting patterns to make in the next 3 months, or knitting projects to have. And that's a good place to have it. So the blank, the worry, the idea, and the thought, they're all part of one listing in the shop. So you can print as many of one, or print as many as the other. You can have, if you're in a season where there's lots of worries and you have a lot on your mind and it's just heavy and burdening you, you might have a worry notebook that you just keep in this by your bedside drawer. So then when you can't sleep, have a pen with it and just go write it all down. Just get it out of your head to help you relax and sleep better. Okay, so here I did one where that's a swear word. I covered it up. I now on my videos, I try not to swear, and I even will spell things, or do my own censoring beep. But in real life, when I'm upset, when I'm angry, I can swear like a sailor. So I have PG'd this little viewing, but feeling angry, where I was just feeling angry, and I was just, it kept going and going, and it was just my screams to my husband and my children was getting louder and louder, and I was getting mean and everything, and I'm just going, so get it out of your head, Marianne, and just put it down on paper. Okay, so then when I did that, and then I wrote down, okay, once all the heat and the volcano has erupted, what is it that you're feeling? So then there's where I use the little worry one. It's like, here are my emotions. And remember, all the emotions you feel are valid. They're neither good nor bad. Okay? It's just whatever situation you're in, or whatever a person said to you, that's the natural way your body and your mind and your spirit reacts. if someone says something nasty and you don't react, that's actually not good, because then this is where emotional intelligence comes in, that no one really talks about, right? Is, how when someone's you've said something and they're laughing, it's like they just have a nervous laugh, and then you go, why? Or something sad happened and it's like, why are you happy, why are you smiling, why are you laughing, right? It's either they're still immature, they haven't, because I remember when my grandmother died when I was younger, and my brother, who's 4 years younger than me. And then, of course, the whole family, the whole household was sad. And but my brother, what he did, I think so I was 10, he was 6. He started playing, an instrument around the house. And I was just like, I was upset and go, why are you playing happy music when, Lola, grandma, just, passed away? It's because he hasn't matured yet. So that's where the emotional intelligence hasn't developed yet, right? So for the young kids, but then if an adult, says something like, is not reacting to the natural way, or that you should react, it doesn't have that emotional intelligence, then that's when you go, what's wrong with you, right? So the whole point, the reason why I told that story is, with your emotions are valid, right? So if you're sad or you're angry and you scream and you swear, it's because something bad, or think that something made you upset. So they're neither good nor bad. But what will happen is, if we don't we don't acknowledge it, or we don't write it down, so then it doesn't fester in our head and it doesn't brew, and then you don't lash out at the lady at the grocery checkout because you were having a bad day, right? This is a great place for you to write it down. So really, really important that, I don't use it all the time, because a lot of times I can manage my emotions through all the different things I need to do with my self-care, balancing my productivity, and that's where my planner comes in. And that's why it's really quite thick, right? Because all these things that happen to me, I need to make sure I'm managing it. Don't manage it well all the time, but I know I have the tools and resources in my planner to be able to go, what's the best way for me to handle this? Or what's the best way for me to tackle this emotion, or tackle this task, or tackle this habit? Okay, so that's where my planner comes in. So I think this one is all right. Once I've sworn, once I've let my emotions out, what's the next step? And then that's where I wrote the plan. And then in February, I felt sad. So, I wrote it down. Why do I feel? And just all the things in my head, right? Doesn't make sense. They're not grammatically correct, but it's just I needed to get it down. All right. So here I feel sad, but I know I can, I know that there's help. I know that I have support, So then sometimes what you also need to do is you need to challenge, if you start being thinking negatively, is what's true, right? So if I feel like I'm not good enough, but is that true? Are you really not good enough? I'm going, well, I know I am. It's just at the moment I feel like I'm failing. Okay, it's okay to feel like you're failing, because maybe you envisioned something else, or you didn't get to your goal as quickly as you thought. But what's true? What is it that you know? Well, I know that if I keep going and I keep trying and I'm just taking one step at a time, I can get there. It may just take a little bit longer than what I wanted, but I know I'll get there. So that's where the I feel, but I know. So that was a big emotion for me. I was just so sad for so many days, and I couldn't snap myself out of it until, and sometimes it's good to give yourself that little bit of space to just feel. Let the feels be feeling, okay? So, but then once you don't want to stay in it for too long, that it doesn't allow you to take the next step. All right. So is that good? So that's that first bit. I know that a lot of this is all big chunks. So don't go and worry that, oh my God, she talks too much. And again, what I'll do, once this finishes, I'll put timestamps as well. So if you want to come back and go, what was that thing that she was talking about? I'll try and make sure I put timestamp. So then the next, what is this? The next top tab, or well, this tab here is last month. Okay, so these are my last month planner pages. And then so I have them all together. Cindy says, we all love you and you always have our love and support. I know that it's amazing when I'll go, I'll just, when I wake up or when I'll go to my husband. It's just like, who would have thunk it, that through communicating through a camera and someone else watching me through a little phone or on their TV, that we can make such a powerful connection, and then it allows us to go, you know what, I'm not alone after all. I'm not the only one who sometimes feels this way, and it's good to know that, okay, sometimes we just need someone to lead the way, and those of you that are here that give me the support, then I know that, for when the times come when I go, well, what's the whole point? Why even bother? And then you have kind words like these, and then you go, that's why. That's why I bother. That's why I show up. Not only am I showing up for myself, but I'm showing up for someone who may not have the person and the support and the community. This is our community. We are building it together. And I love that. And I appreciate that you guys are just so good. I love it. Hello, Miss Lay. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here. Brenda says, I love your talking. Yeah, sometimes when I listen back to myself, so a lot of the times the Australian slang, at the end of some sentences, we go up. We go up in pitch. So a lot of the times our sentences will sound like a question. So, and when I'm just talking normally, or I'll listen back to some of my recorded video, I'm talking like this, and it feels like I'm always asking a question. So I hope that my accent, my Australian accent, because sometimes it can be, our Australian accent can be jarring sometimes, or I know a lot of the way we say our words, we like to shorten things, and then short words, we like to make it longer. So, like Australia, right? That's if you phonetically say it properly, Australia, but we say Australia, Australia. It's like, are there even letters in that word, in that name? So thank you so much. I thank you that you love my talking. Not she talks too much. How about where did you say that amazing piece of info? Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Oh, yeah, and I'm so glad you are here too. This must be your first time here, Miss Lay. Yay! I'm so happy that you can join our Plannerettes community, and you are going to be welcomed here with much support and joy. Where did you get that name of the item? I'm totally going to buy. Yes. Steph has given a hashtag for Marianne made me do it. Yes. And that's why I try not to watch too many other planner accounts as well, because then I'm buying, I'm always buying some other things. Yes, welcoming Miss Lay. Oh, what paper do you use to print on? All right, so majority of my paper weight is 120 to or the 160 GSM paper. And so the reason I do that is so then when I am using markers and highlighters, they don't bleed through or ghost. So then 100 GSM, which is I think a 28 or 30 pound paper, it's okay. But if you want to use like really pigmented markers or darker colors, and you do not like what's called ghosting, where you can see the outline of your pen or your markers on the other side, 120 is a safe bet. And so, of course, you don't want to be layering your markers on top of each other for too much, because then that's when, yeah, it'll seep through the paper and you will see it come through to the other side. So 120, which is I think 38-pound paper, to and or the 160 GSM. Yes, see what I mean? See how welcoming everybody is. All right, so let's get back to it. So the last portion we had was, this would be, I'm going to label this as last month. So I try to keep last month's planner pages probably at least for a week or two, because then, I'll have to refer back. When did that happen? Did I action that? Where is it? But once I'm into the new month already and I've stopped referring back to the previous month, I will take this out. And at the moment, my sophisticated archive system is, I rubber band it and put it in a box. I have the IKEA Kelax bookshelves, and then you can buy all the different type of boxes. So at the moment, I'll just rubber band it, and then if I need to refer back to it, I'll just go through the box and just go through all my planner pages. Because what I like to do, so I do not at this stage, I'm not like getting rid of it, because I think sometimes some planner pages are just way too pretty. And what I like to do is I like to shop my own planner pages. So if I run out of ideas, or what can I do this, how can I embellish my page again, go flip through your previous planner pages and you go, oh yes, I forgot that combo washi tapes looks great. Oh, I forgot to that color and that color, what markers look good. So once I finish referring to last month's page, I will rubber band it, pop it in one of my drawers that I have all the old planner pages. So I'm going to keep that in there for probably a week or two. Plus I need to look at it to review how February went. So then that way I can plan what I need to do for March. So that's another video as part of the Mindful Messy Madness. Well, I just added the madness March 30-day challenge, where I show up creating videos for YouTube, whether live stream or your normal recorded one, is going to review. Let's have a look. Where is it? I'm going to review, see, my end of month reflection. So go through all my habit tracker, see what went well based on the habit that I said I wanted to do. So this is my own goal. What is it that I wanted to work on for the month of February? And then at the end of the month, right? So after a few days of the end of the month and things have settled, I'm going to go back and go, did I do what I said I wanted to do? Yes. Okay. Excellent. Keep going. Or no. All right. What is it that I need to do in the new month? So that's another video coming up. So if you haven't yet subscribed, this is a little good segue for now, is if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do and hit that bell so you know when I upload new videos. So at least for until 31st of March, I'm going to be here each and every day. Whether I'm live, whether it's a recorded video or a recorded podcast, I'm going to be here because I just want to do it scared, do it messy, and then build my own skill, and then figure things out along the way that I wouldn't have otherwise learned unless I take action. And this is where I want you to get the inspiration, is you don't have to do a 30-day challenge of any kind, but what it is how can you show up for yourself? How can you be consistent? So consistency doesn't mean every day. Consistency can be once a month, right? Can be once a quarter. But making sure you do it each and every quarter, or you do it each and every week, or you do it every 3 to 5 days. Yes, you're going to miss days, but the key is to turn up again the next day. The next day is a new day. So you will see in these planner pages, I have my planner is not filled in each time. Just because I'm a planner doesn't mean I'm 100% do everything perfect. It's because I don't do things perfect. That's one more reason why I plan, because I know this is my contingency plan for when things don't go correct, when things don't go right. I have a guide to go, all right, come on, Marianne, let's have a look. You said you were going to go for a walk. All right, pop your shoes on. Just go outside for 2 minutes. That's it. Just go. Drink more water. Have more sleep. Okay, so this is the Ultimate Planner Bundle printable download. So everything that's in here is enough for is enough for a whole month's worth of productivity, self-care, and well-being printables. So then that way it's all there. I have the link here in the in the screen is the page, but let me see if I can pop that also in the chat so you can have a look. So there's a video of me explaining how it works, how it'll benefit you, and also go through the different pages and how it has helped me. So this is actually a collection of all the different planner pages that I created for myself as a mom of two young teenage boys, the younger one who's on the autism spectrum, and I myself have, I get overwhelmed, I get anxious, I have, low thoughts and low moments, and, sometimes a question of like, I don't get it, sometimes I don't get myself where I'm confident in areas and I can do anything I put my mind to, but then there'll be days where I'm just like doubting myself, thinking I'm no good, think I'm not a great wife, thinking I'm not a good mum. And this is why I created the planner pages, because I couldn't find anything that just didn't either look at to-do lists or calendars, and some only was like the well-being and the self-care. And so this is a collection of things to, we've got to get on with our life. We've got to-dos and we've got appointments and we've got bills to pay. So this was just a collection of the pages that has worked for me month in, month out. And I went, why am I only have them all individually? I'm printing them all individually. And so I pop them all together in what I call the Ultimate Planner Bundle printable. So I won't go through the pages because there is a link in the chat now, as well as in the description. But it has all the stuff. Now this one I just created myself. I just created on a Word document, I think, Workout Weekly Planner. And what I did is I just took the weekly page. So that's the weekly spread as part of the planner bundle. And I just printed 4 weeks worth, because for March, well, for February, I didn't do as well as I'd like with my workout or my movement habits or movement goal. So I'm making a big effort to make sure that, all right, Marianne, you keep saying you're going to work out, but you're not working out. It's because I didn't write it down. I wasn't specific enough. So this is just me going, all right, well, what do I need to do? So for example, I did 30-minute on my walking pad. So I bought one of those walking pads, and then today I did 25 minutes. So while I'm watching my YouTube or listening to my podcast, and it's just really, I've just written down the things that I say I wanted to do. And it's just easy. And what I've done as well here is I've done 2 versions. So when I don't have the energy and I don't feel like it, what's the minimum that I can do? And I think that's where what I was missing last few months is I just say, do a workout, do a workout, do a workout. And here I am, I always say, be specific, break it down into small actionable tasks. And I wasn't doing it. And the reason was I had other things, on my priority list. So be kind to yourself as well when you go, if there's something a goal that you said you wanted to do and you haven't been doing it, it's not that you're a failure. It's just that the system or the setup that you have doesn't fit in to the current state that you're in. If you're busy and you're trying to fit in 5 days of workout, it's not going to happen, right? So this is what I'm learning, is that it's not that I have failed. It's just the system that I have at the time wasn't fully developed. I didn't write it down, wasn't specific enough. Like we always say, write SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time sensitive. And yet there's some, the workout I wasn't, because I had lots of other stuff going on. I still have lots of other stuff going on. Hello, Mary Ellie. How are you? Nice to see you. Oh, cool, Ellen. I hope you enjoy it. I really appreciate you. I love your first blog. You did such an amazing. Excellent. Hi, Elle. There we go. Did I miss anything? Mary Ellen, back to watch your newest bit after this live. Excellent. All right. So that one is just, I printed extra of my weekly spread, and I'm going to see if this works. I'm going to try a new system for my workout. So that's, I just, printed 4 weeks worth and I'll see. So this one here, the next tab, which I'm going to label is this month. All right, so there's my March. I got to still, before I create goals for the new month, is I have to review first the previous month. For me to know where I need to go, I need to see where I've been, to see what's working, what to keep doing. So whatever has been successful, keep doing that. Things that may not have worked out, like my workout system, then it's a matter of reflecting. Because if you have watched some of my previous reflection or review videos, sometimes what's on paper doesn't reflect the things that's happened. So you might see that, oh, I didn't fill in my habit tracker for the month of February. I'm a failure because I didn't work out. But then what if you were sick? Does that mean you're a failure if you didn't work out? No, you took your energy and you took the time to rest, to recover. So that's why reflecting is so important, because sometimes what's on paper doesn't tell you the whole story. So before I create my goals for March, I need to go and look at the previous month. And this is if you, of course, you have had, previous month or previous trackers that you can see your progress, that you can review and reflect on. So that's March. The March front cover page. This is a freebie. Again, link in the description on how you can sign up to get freebies. And then so I think we did I did a video on how you can do this. So yeah, just binge watch all the different videos that I have. Okay, my March calendar, my habit, mood, and sleep tracker. I did this, I think, yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yes. Yesterday I did my well-being planner spread. Next week I will do my weekly spread embellishment, so you can see live how I would create weekly. And I think not the next week, the following week would be how I plan using daily planner pages. See, I show up each and every time, every week, to make sure that you don't have to have my planner printables to be able to follow along, because majority of the time the structure and the body of planners are similar. Okay, so whatever planning system is working for you currently, fantastic. See if you can incorporate anything that you hear or see on what I do. Or if your system isn't working as well, you may want to try my Ultimate Planner Bundle printable. That would be great too, right? So there's the weekly, and then you have 5 weeks worth of well-being planner, weekly spread, daily pages to last for the whole month. So I'm already set for the month of March, and I like to embellish my planner pages as I go, because the embellishing part is part of my self-care, is part of the time where I slow down and do the things that I enjoy, which is playing with washi tapes, using stickers, using colorful markers, trying to figure out what washi tapes will I use this week, or what color would I use in my planner markers. That's part of the me time. That's part of the self-care and slowing down and being intentional with your time, because what you're saying to yourself when you are doing an activity that you enjoy, that you are proud of, that make you happy, the message that's sending to your brain is, hey, we like this. We enjoy this. Do more of that, right? So it's the habit loop. You'll go, all right, there's a trigger. Okay, it's the end of the week or it's the beginning of the week. I've got to do my planner pages. Let's do the actual habit itself. Wow, that feels good. I feel like, I got a reward because took time out for myself. Guess what the brain will say? When the end of next week or the beginning of the new week come again, hey, let's do that thing of, planning and embellishing our planner pages because that was really good. Right? So you have to do things that bring you joy, that bring fun into your day. And then the brain will go, let's do more of that. Okay, so really, really important. All right, so the planner pages, and then as part of the planner bundle, there is a gratitude log that you can just write down 1 to 2 sentences. What does it say? I am grateful for being able to learn new things each day that can help me move forward. Right? So, like, I was just thinking, it's wonderful that I have the opportunity to learn. You know, I have access to Google, I have access to wonderful, content creators that can inspire me to also show up and we inspire each other. That is such a wonderful thing to have access to. So if there's things that you are grateful for, write it down. Again, why? Because the brain will spot more of it. What you focus on, the brain will like filter it out. It's like that, if you finally bought a red car, suddenly, oh, look, there's another red car, the same model as ours. And it's not that those cars suddenly showed up. It's because what you focus on, your brain will spot more often. Okay? And then there's the victory log. One of the things again is if you go and celebrate the wins in your day, big ones, small ones, right? They don't have to be grand. Okay, yesterday, if you were in my live yesterday, I was worried that my son, older son, who had an excursion, wasn't, he hadn't woken up and he needed to leave the house exactly at a particular time, because if he didn't, then he will miss the bus that would take him to his geography excursion. And then I had finished my live stream and it was already 1:15 when he should have woken up and gotten ready an hour and 15 minutes before. And so he only had a little bit of time to get ready, have breakfast, and get himself out of the house. And so, of course, yesterday came from a high of enjoying my time with my lovely Planets community, and then there was all this yelling matches, because then I was now the bad guy. Why didn't you wake me up? And I'm going, I was trying to call you and your dad while I was live streaming. I'm texting, I'm calling, none of you were waking up. So the household was, well, I was screaming. I was screaming, and then my husband and my son were just like, don't say anything, don't trigger it anymore. And then once I calmed myself down, we all said, sorry, I lost my cool. It was like, but that is why it was a win. Got my son to school on time, because in the end we just got him an Uber, because the trip was a 2-hour bus ride, and he needed to go. It was an excursion he needed to get to, because it was part of his high school assessment. So he's in the last year of high school, and so all your assessments and all your marks contribute towards what they call, I've forgotten what they call it. They change the name each and every year, but it's the score that you would need if you wanted to go to tertiary education and want to get into the university or college of your choice. So it was important. So we got him there on time. So I'm like watching him on, the Find My Phone. It's like, he's there. Whew. All right, we don't have to get him 2 hours away at the excursion. So that was a win. Woohoo! That felt really good. And so victory log. What win? Have you celebrated your win for today? Have a think. And even better if you write it down, because the act of getting it out of your head and down on paper solidifies it even more. Because if you think it and then you write it, it's like think, write. Now I've got to send the message to my hand to write the letters to say the sentence or the phrase, got Josh to school on time. And then you read it. So you're essentially, when you're writing things down, you're saying it to yourself numerous times rather than, yay, got my son to school on time. Right? So again, the brain, it's creating this pathway in your brain, making it go, let's look for more wins. What's another win? And so if you have been struggling, sometimes like I have been in the last few weeks, looking for the wins will help reframe your thought. It's not going to make things all go away, or it's not, it may not fix everything, but it can start to help you look for the positive. And once you start looking for the positive and start reframing those thoughts, and rather than going, You know how they always go, oh, bad things happen in threes. And it's like, well, let's say two things happen. It's like bad things happen in threes. Well, there, of course, the third one will happen because you're now going to look for it. Yes, it may still happen, but by saying, things happen in threes, right? And especially, let's say the negative stuff, you're now going to look for it, and now your brain's going to start spotting. All right, two things, one thing. Let's look for the second thing that could go wrong. Oh, there's the third thing. Yes, things will go wrong, but that's what your brain will start to focus on if you are not celebrating your wins. Okay? Not yet. So Elle just said, haven't thought of the win for the day. So have a think. And remember, they don't have to be big wins. It could be things like, I know in with Elle, it's blizzard there and it's lots of snow, but do you have a jacket? Do you have warm socks? Do you have warm clothes? Do you have a heater? Do you have a safe house? Do you have a warm bed? Do you have a nice thick comforter or a doona or a quilt or whatever you call it in your country? That is a win. So wins don't have to be like, I make lots of money, I have a new car, I have a big house, right? The little wins all count as well. Love that. Elle's going to think of a win for the day. Okay, so the other things that I have, so that's that one. Then the other things that help me with my productivity. And so I think I have videos for all of this. Let me just write down that to make sure I didn't pop the video. So videos relating to my productivity. So this is what I call the productivity printables. Okay, so running to-do list. I don't use this all the time, but I like to use it when I find my mind is so cluttered that having a weekly planner, having to look at my calendar, having to look at the daily, having to look at my well-being planner is just too much at the time that I have full capacity or I have low energy. So the running to-do list is like a brain dump. So it's similar to a brain dump because technically this brain dump that I did the other day is just everything in your head. Could be worries, goals, dreams, tasks, to-dos, birthday, do your nails, blah, 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 whatever. So it's everything. It's just a dump of everything. But the running to-do list are the tasks, the things that I need to do, that I'm being anxious about, that I'm worrying that I have way too much, I've got too many things. So all you do is at the end of the week or when you're feeling like overwhelmed, you go, all right, let's just write everything down. So we're not just like, worried about everything. And you keep it to one page. If you have to start writing your to-dos on the next page, then yes, you have way too much. Keeping everything, the to-dos on the one page for the week, is you start to have to cull it or look at the priorities. It's like, oh, I'm running out of space and there's still quite a few things. And then I'll go, I need to clean the cupboard. Well, is that something I need to do this week? No. All right, leave that then, put that somewhere else. Put it in another list. Okay, so this is a great way. So I'll make sure once I process this video, I'll pop the link up here and I'll make sure I'll pop the link. But it's the running to-do list printable. Okay, then same thing with the cleaning list. Now, I don't use the cleaning list because we all clean as we go. We only live in a very small apartment, so everyone has their little chores. So I do the bathroom, the older son does the vacuuming, the husband does the kitchen and the laundry and the cooking. He does a lot of stuff, so which is really good, right? So, and he loves it. He loves the cooking. So I always go, are you sure you don't want me, if you want me to cook? Because that's his self-care. Later I found out that that's his me time. He loves to experiment and have a look at different recipes. So, okay, all right, you do the kitchen then. So, but in the past when, like I was doing the homeschool as well and, making, and then when my husband was working outside of the home, then of course I had to manage the cleaning household. Doesn't mean I was doing it all, but I needed to go, all right, well, we can't do everything all, so on this day we're going to do only the boys' bedroom. On this day we're only going to do mirrors, all right? So if you you have an environment, your house is feeling a little bit cluttered and everything, the cleaning list is just a great way. So the way it works is you write down, same thing, all the different cleaning tasks that you need to do, and then you assign it to a day, right? So before you do it, you go, and then if you find, oh my goodness, on Tuesdays I've assigned lots of cleaning tasks, but then Tuesdays is, you know, your day off. Why are you assigning cleaning time for when your day off? And then you worry that you're all anxious and all, you know, tired. It's because you didn't take your day off, because you put stuff on the day that you said you wanted to have a rest, or you should have a rest. And then, or you go, you know, oh, there's a lot of things on Thursdays or a lot of things on Mondays. It helps you, because what you do is, all right, let's say the boys' room. Okay, I'm going to dust on the Monday. I'm going to go and vacuum on the Wednesday. I'm going to clean their bathroom on the Friday. So then the small actionable steps are a lot easier. So of course your cleaning house, the way you clean your household and the way you schedule things, it needs to fit within your, you know, the way you guys do it. But because I only live in a small apartment, it's much easier for us to just clean as we go rather than having a schedule. Sometimes having too strict a schedule, then it takes away the, it makes us then feel too regimented. So whatever works for your family, there is also a cleaning list. Snowmageddon, yes, Snowmageddon indeed, where L is. Okay, and then the next ones I have here, so that was my running to-do list, my cleaning list, and then the next three tabs that I have is list of stuff, okay, projects list, and my someday maybe list. I won't go through it in detail because there is a video for all those. So list of stuff is a place where you park the things you want to do, need to do, gotta do, maybe want, you know, whatever's in your head, but you do not know yet when to do them or what the outcome is. So instead of it sticking in your head and then you trying to remember it, oh, I got to remember that, or you forget it and you go, what was that thing? Oh, that was so good. That was so important. I wanted to do that. So a list of stuff is like a parking spot for the things you do not know yet what to do or what outcome, but you do not want to forget it. Okay, so there's a video for that list of stuff. So just, but I'll have it in, I thought I thought I'd have it all, the videos. I forgot to put the videos. Same thing with the projects list. So this list of stuff, projects list, and then the someday maybe is based on David Allen's book, How to Get Things Done. So to him, a project is not your traditional, you know, terminology of project. It's if it has more than one actionable step, he considers that as a project. Because then with any tasks that have more than one step, what happens is sometimes we get so overwhelmed that we think we have to do all the steps for a, you know, a task for it to be a success, when in actual fact, if we just go, all right, I got to go visit the doctor, and the first step is just find the phone number, right? Find the phone number. Check my diary to see what days I'm available to visit the doctor. Call the doctor, make an appointment, put it in my diary. See how you're breaking it? And then by breaking it into small actionable steps and you being able to tick things off one thing at a time, it'll give you that sense of accomplishment rather than making it so, you get so anxious about this thing, or, I got to get my car maintained. I got to go and do this or do that. As soon as there is a task or a to-do that has more than one actionable step, it's considered a project, and that's where my project list comes in. It just helps break things down so then you don't have to do everything all in one day. And that's why a lot of us procrastinate. A lot of us move a lot of the tasks from day to the next day, to the next week, to the next month, and then we look at our planner and we go, oh, I really have to do that. But then you move it on to the next day. It's because you haven't broken it down into the smallest actionable piece. So then that way you can make progress. Projects list. Again, video I'll have in the description. And then the someday maybe, again, it's the stuff that you want to do, but it's not within the next month or next, So there's some planner pages that I'll, I think I wanted to do or needed to review in the shop. I think that's what it is. I want to review it in the shop to make sure it's still all active, it's still all relevant, it's still all the listing. So that's a someday maybe. I don't need to do it yet or anything. Let me know if you are still here by giving me a thumbs up or say still listening, or if you have to go, let me know, gotta go, and I'll come back. But give me a thumbs up if you are still here and taking notes. All right. The next one, the next tab that I have is the future log. Again, really a good planning system. Remember what they say is you, oh, I won't even butcher what the saying is, but you don't fail to your plan, you fail to your system. So you got to have a good system. It's the same way if you're baking a cake, right? You have to have the recipe. You have to follow the ingredients and then follow the steps in a particular order. I'm sure you can make a cake just winging it, okay, maybe a little bit of this much of flour, maybe a little bit of, maybe 1 to 2 eggs, or maybe this much of milk. But if you want to create a consistency and making sure the cake is always beautiful and fluffy and tasty each and every time, you follow a system. And that system is a recipe and the instructions. Same way with your planning. You need to have a trusted system. Trusted system doesn't have to be just one planner, doesn't have to be just, a particular a notebook or anything, but something that if you need to go and refer to it, you know exactly where you need to find it. Okay? Love it. I love it. Here, 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 here. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. If you fail to plan, you've like, oh, thank you, Brenda. I knew I could count on one of you ladies. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Okay? And you got to have a trusted system that you can refer to. And this is where sometimes we get lost, like we get overwhelmed, we get anxious. It's like, where is that thing? Where did I write it down? Where is it? Oh, it was a good thought. Where is it? Where is it? Right? Having a planner page for events that's coming up later on in the year, and this is more in particular as well, is if you do not have a dated planner. So as you can see, my planners aren't dated. Right? I write down the date. So a future log is where do you need to park the information, so then when you have to plan the new month, you know exactly where to find it. Future log. So of course birthdays are easy, right? You go write it down. But then for things like subscriptions, or annual fees, or when you need to get the car maintained, or when you need to replace the air conditioner filter, or when you need to get something serviced. And then, of course, what will happen is if you don't have it written down and you don't plan for it, you go, oh my God, we're supposed to have that fixed. We don't have the money for it. We didn't plan for it. We didn't save up. We didn't create a sinking fund. And then that can cause stress on stress on stress on stress. And then you get all anxious and overwhelmed. So future log. So let's see, what can I put on here? So the software that I'm using right now for me to go live and create all these fancy little layouts that I have, and then it changes this to change that. It's through Ecamm. And so here I have written down for November. The way I like to remind myself, because sometimes I don't trust my own, planning, because I won't know what I'm going to be like when the date comes. So what I do is I have put, so let's say here, the 29th is when my subscription for it will auto-renew. But I also put a reminder a week before that they will renew next week. So then I will go, okay, it's going to, automatically charge my account. And do I want to keep it? Or do I have money in that account that I have connected with it? So it's a really good way for you to park or log future events. So then the way I do it, so let's say for March, this is the way I do it. So I'm going to go and, plan for March. Okay, so I had my March calendar, and let's say this was blank. Okay, and then I go, all right, what did I need to put in my March? Oh, I'll go through my future log. Okay, the 4th Apple TV free subscription ends. 17th, send a report. My Audible Premium renews next week. So, especially any of those freebies that you took advantage of, the last thing you want is for it to automatically charge for a whole year and you haven't been using it. So, right now, put on your to do list is to check if you have an iPhone, go check your subscriptions. Is there any apps that you may have, downloaded and paid for 6 months ago that's going to auto renew? Pop it in your planner, or if you're not going to use it, cancel it already. Because it lasts, I think, to whatever time the expiration date. Do it now, because don't be like me. Sometimes I forget and just go, oh, I've been meaning to cancel that. Sometimes it's only $6.99, but what if it's $30? What if it's $70? Okay, so pop it in your future log. So then that way you could just go. So if something comes up now, like, oh, there's a school excursion for my older one. Well, where is it? I remove the tab, right? If there's a future, an excursion, and there's lots of excursions for my older ones, like every single week they have excursions. I'm like, are you at school at all? But the excursions are part of the assessment. Okay, so you'll write it down. Okay, oh, in May this, in June something comes up. Okay, at the end of December something comes up. So the future log comes in very, very handy. All right, and then so those are my side tabs. So the side tabs are like the productivity and self-care. Okay, I think, what did I take off here? My calendar. Right, so let me pop that there. So again, just a recap. Top tab will be, when I label it, brain dump. My what was that? I think brain dump. Oh, I had something else. I had goals. My some other, I think, personal stuff. So brain dump. Last month, this month, and then sometimes I think I put next month. When I take out last month's and then it frees up space, then I print my new month ready for when the new month begins. Okay, that's why, because I can't keep them all in there, because I do use thicker paper, either 120 or 160 GSM. They are much thicker, so then the number of pages that it'll take up, it'll just be too chunky, and it'll be hard for me to turn my pages. So what I do is, once I remove last month's, I'll print the new month, so then it's ready, so I can plan ahead for the new month rather than waiting until the end of March to print my pages. And then on the side, I have calendar, habit tracker. Okay, so when I need to go to my habit tracker, what is it that I need to do next? Okay, I got to have lunch. I got to connect with people. I got to get outside. I got to do my reading. So this is like my guide. So if I don't use my well-being planner page, or my weekly page, or my daily pages, my habit tracker is my guide. I always, the analogy I use is, my habit tracker is like the little lights that you have at the cinemas or at the movie theater. So for when the movie starts and the lights have been dimmed, right? Those tiny little lights that will lead you down the aisle, up the stairs, to help you get to your row. This is how I liken that, my habit tracker. So for when the moments where the day hasn't gone to plan, things are going, is in disarray, I could go, all right, well, let's just look at the next thing. What's the next thing? Work. All right, so I'm working. And then lunch. I'm going to have lunch after this. So it's my guide. It's my contingency plan for when things are not going right. What little lights are going to help lead me to where I need to go to help make sure that I'm processing the day, or I'm actioning stuff in the day. No! Well, oh no, that just happened for me, and it was 147. Do check though. Go. I don't know. Maybe the iOS ones, the iOS apps. Maybe they don't. But if you have any that has like a cooling period, go double check. Maybe they'll have a cooling period. Yeah, I know. I've done that where I'm going, oh, I hadn't used it for a whole year, and it was just like, so double check. Everybody double check your phone, whether your Android or your phone and whatever subscription. And also, if it's not an app, go through your bank account. So if you do online banking, just go have a look, and just have a look at some, and then go, okay, that's going to renew in a month's time. Yes, oh no, indeed, oh no, indeed. Right, so that's okay, because you'll now be able to go plan ahead and just write them down, pop it in. You can even put it in your phone to ping at you to remind you. But yeah, the future log. So calendar, habit tracker, well-being, weekly, today. So that's my today. Gratitude log. And that's it. That was a victory log. That was a victory log. So then I'll go write that down at the end of the day. Here, running to-do list, cleaning list, list of stuff, projects list, someday maybe future log. And then the fun bit. Okay, TV shows tracker. So I track the TV shows that I've been watching. Why? I don't need to. I've been told, you can just put that on an app. Yes, there is an app for everything. But the whole point is it's not the making things easy, it's making things fun. Yes, this may take longer, but it's something that I enjoy. I love coloring in. I like to print tiny little TV posters. And also, it's a reminder for me going, okay, you haven't watched any TV shows recently. Have you been taking time off for yourself, or you're just unwinding? This itself is a reminder for me to go, hey, you like watching TV shows? You haven't tracked any. Maybe go have a watch of something and put that in your schedule, put that in your planner. For you to unwind is to go and watch a TV show that you enjoy. All right, so you got TV shows. Same thing with movies tracker. Look, Rain Man. I watched Rain Man the other day. I hadn't watched that, and I think they say, I don't know, in the 90s, right? Wicked. I watched Wicked in the theater with my son. Rain Man, and again, all right, I need to go. I think the next one I need to put here is Miss Meadows with Katie Holmes. I watched that the other day, so I've got to go put that. Again, movies tracker, not only is the tracking it in your planner and coloring it in and printing tiny little posters, there is actually a YouTube video for that too that I have on how to print these tiny posters, because it's one of the most asked questions I get when I show it on Instagram. How do you print tiny posters? You just Google an image, put it in Word, resize it to the whatever box, and then just print, glue, and color in. Okay, again, it's a reminder. Are you taking time off for yourself? Right? Is there something that you like to do that you haven't done in a while? And so if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling anxious, these are good reminders to go, hey, we haven't done that in a while. Let's do more of that. And then maybe it will help us be more relaxed, more time for ourselves. I love that movie, Rain Man. And I watch it now, and I'm like, sometimes I picture, I wonder if that's how Zach will be when, others, when he's much older, like the way, because I know sometimes when he reacts to people and the crowd, and it was like, yep, he does the, he does the swaying back and forth. So yeah, so it's just like some of the qualities of Raymond, the character, Dustin Hoffman character, some of it's like, very Zach, it's like, it's the sweetness about it. So, right, movies tracker. The other one is books tracker. So, I'm currently reading Mel Robbins' Let Them. Really a good book, because it's just releasing things that you cannot control. All right, so then I've got a new book that I'm going to be putting soon. So these are on Kindle, and I think the next one I'm reading is an Audible. So it doesn't have to be physical books. Again, what am I doing to help nurture my mind? my mental well-being. And the books tracker is a great way to remind me, goes, hey, you haven't read a book. Let's go read another book. What book can we get? Okay. Then they'll have a savings tracker. So I used to do quite a bit of content with budgeting and savings back when we were in debt, and trying to save up, pay off all our debt. But that was back in 2018, 2019. And I did a little bit of it. But because here in Australia, the industry, the finance industry, rules and laws have changed. So I didn't want to, I think it's more like financial advice, rather than savings and fun things like this. But so I'm not doing that as much because I just don't want to, maybe I say something and then then my whole account gets taken down because I said something and I didn't do a disclaimer that this is not financial advice. So, but the 52-week savings is just a fun thing. Each week, I randomly pick a number between 1 to 52. So the 52 is, each week. And then so hope by the end of the year, I would have said 1,378. The thing that someone says is, why don't you just say 1,378? It's not about the saving the amount. It's about the habit, the daily habit, the consistent habit. Yes, I can just go put one chunk of money in a savings account, but what's the fun in that? Savings already, money matters already isn't a sexy thing, isn't a fun thing. So it's a good way to build my savings muscle. So each week I know I need to put money aside. So then it's just for me to go in my head that just because the money's there doesn't mean I have to spend it. So it allows me to build my savings habit. So this is just a fun one. You can just either and you don't have to wait until January either. You can start it now. So week 1, because it's week 1, you save $1. Week 2, you save $2. Week 3, and so on. You can do it chronologically. You can do it reverse, because sometimes at the end of the year, not a lot of family have any money. So, you might go save $52 first week, save 51 the second week, or do as I do is I just pick a random number. I just go on Google and do the random wheel, like a Wheel of Fortune one, and then you put all the numbers and you just it'll pick a number and it'll be like, okay, this week save $9. Sometimes when it's week in, week out, and it was like, oh my God, it's, it keeps picking the big numbers. So sometimes it's like, but yeah, the 52-week savings challenge printable is just a fun way to build your savings muscle, because that's what we need to do. That's all these fun trackers is to find ways for us to build habits and routines that will help us be balanced in the key areas of our lives. So when I talk about that, I use Zig Ziglar's 7 key areas, physical well-being, mental, finance, career, social, and something else. I can't remember. Okay, seven. But yeah, so finance is one of those. All right. So then the other one here, I won't be able to show you because it is a paid product, the Budget Mum Savings Challenge. So each month there's fun savings challenge. So if you are new to savings or you just want to make savings fun, she has volume 1. So you can buy the printable like I do, and I print it at home, but she also has an actual book that you can print. So the Budget Mum is one of the accounts that helped me and our family save and get out of. So the Dave Ramsey methodology helped us get out of debt, and then when I discovered the Budget Mum on Instagram, helped us put savings aside. And so Savings Challenge Volume 1, I've got the link in the description. No affiliation, not sponsored or anything, but I just making sure that you are looking after yourself and your family financially is one of the ways to reduce the stress. Because, right, so money matters is one of the big stresses of life. So if you can make it fun, even better. So yeah, each month she has savings challenges, and I print it month to month. I don't like to look at whatever the challenges for the whole year, because I want to keep something fun. It's like opening something up like Christmas. You get to find out what it is. So that's why I have it all paperclip, because it is a paid product and I want to make sure that I do not violate, anything. Because if you know what it is, then you won't want to buy it, and we want to make sure we support, those that help us. Okay. Yeah, I just started audiobook of Let Them. Yes, Susan. How are you, Susan? Nice to see you. Thank you so much. This is your first time in the live, yes? Because I know, of course, I see you in the comments. Hello, hello. Yes, I really enjoyed it, and so really good. And then the last one is I have what I call the a Polaroid tracker. So you can just name it whatever you want. So if you are tracking anything that is measurable, you can use this, and it's just a fun one. I have to put a YouTube one up there. So it's just a good way to see my progress, have a goal. So this is for YouTube. So each month, beginning of the month, I just put how many subscribers. I did have a goal of getting to 15,000 subscribers by the end of March. I don't know what's happening with YouTube and their thing, so I'm not going to let that get me down. And just because I don't get to that goal doesn't mean anything, because it's the connection. It's the connection between the two, all of us. Um, uh, well, Susan, this is for you. Yay! Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you being here and joining us live. That is for you, and I'm so glad to see you in the live chat. Steph says, that is how I met you. I saw a cool post you made. Really? Really? Is that how we met? Oh, see, it's about connection. It's so important. And I know sometimes being from different parts of the world, and of course, with the pandemic, it's, made us have to stay inside, and then that when we actually were finally released to be able to connect, a lot of us stayed inside because it got too scary, right? So we've isolated ourselves. So connection is so important. And speaking of connection, tomorrow's podcast that will be up in 5 a.m. my time, so make sure you do subscribe and hit that, is about connection and just the warm feeling that we get from each other and everything. Yay, hi, and welcome, Susan. I hope you reach 15K soon. It'll be nice, because it's just, I'm one of these that like round, round numbers, but it's okay too, because of course, Elle naturally is another content creator that does, hair care and skincare content, and that's how we met, through an online course. And for us, it's one of those things that they're called vanity metrics that you want to reach, but a lot of the times, that's not the most important thing. So even though it'd be nice, because it looks nice when it shows up there, I know I've already told myself it's okay. It's about more important things, like the connections that we have is important. So they're just vanity metrics. It's the thing that's important is when I release a video, or if I go on live, did I give value? Did I make connection? Did I create a community that connect others to each other? Steph says, I'm hearing so many content creators saying so much about algorithms going wonky. Don't even let it get to you. That's right. You have done so much, and I'm so proud of you. Yeah. So, and, a lot of times the Instagrams, the YouTube, the TikTok, the Threads, the X, right? This is those places, we are able to use for free. So, we're just renting space, and a lot of us, that we're renting space. And so it's their house. They can do whatever they want. They can easily go, no, well, removing all of your YouTube videos, right? So it's important. That's why I always harp on, make sure you join my email list, because that is something I can control. That's my house, and I can, if like when Instagram went down, nobody knew how to get to their followers, and if my Instagram went down, all those followers, I will have no way to connect. And that's why I ask you to join my Plannerets community, and I ask you to join my email newsletter. Segue to my Plannerets community, there's the QR code, link is also in the description. It's one of these things, sometimes we may not be as active, but it's a place that I can reach you if you are there, and I can tag you and say, hey, I can't show up today, or something, exciting news and things like that. And so that's why really important. You can, and then just speaking of as well, the freebie, when you sign up, you get something. Isn't that nice? I'm not asking you for too much, just your email address. And in return, I'll give you lots of freebies, and then I create new freebies along the way as well. Yes, love it. See, connections. This is how we connect and build community with each other. Um, let's quickly have a look. Yes, first time. Yes, we're going to celebrate you when you reach that goal, though. We can celebrate now. And that's sometimes where we forget that one of the Steph will know this. Steph will know this really well. One of the analogies that I use, when I had my Plan with Purpose course, was marathon runners. You know how they have the marathons, and then they have the people on the side cheering them on, your family with the sign, and then all the, through 1K, 5K, 10K, or however many miles, and the marathon is, you have people cheering along the way. They haven't crossed the finish line, yet we are cheering them on because they're doing a great job. They have taken such a big thing, yet we are cheering them on, and they haven't finished the cross line. So why do we have to wait until we reach a certain milestone to celebrate? That is why writing down your victory logs each and every day, regardless how big or small, will make us spot even more the wins of the day. Doesn't have to be the wins of the end of the month, the wins of the year. That's why we fall into this trap of, New Year's resolution. Why do we have to wait for the first day of the year to make changes? Or why do we have to wait in the first day of the week or the month to make the changes? Tuesday, today's Tuesday. For some of you, it's your Monday. Start something now. Because I know I'll see sometimes on here and goes, oh, I can't wait to start that in April. Why start April? Who's to say that just because we have, I think it's a clean thing, it's a start, finish, rather than starting things midway. But we can do that. We do not have to celebrate until we reach a certain milestone. We can celebrate now. I celebrate 11.1K subscribers on YouTube. My God, that many, that is brilliant. That's each and every one of you. I don't need to wait until there's 15,000 of us. I'm going to celebrate now. And that's what we should do all the time. Okay. Yes, Elle rocks. I have used some of her tips already for my skincare. Subscriber for life. Planet Con coming soon. Yes, wouldn't that be great? In Sydney. Oh, Stephanie, love it. Subscribe to you. Yes, you'll love it, Brenda. Yeah. All the dupes as well. The dupe stuff, products. And you give discount codes, and you get, yes, and I give discount codes, and I just gave a freebie, free printable the other week. Wow, really, Brenda. Hello, Vanessa, new subscriber here. Yay! Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate you being here. Clicking like on your videos. Yes, boost the algorithms. Tell them, hey, there are people liking this lady talking away. Yay, Vanessa. Welcome to the party. That's right. Welcome to the party indeed. I love it. Okay, so not long now. And I know they're all antsy because they have arrived and they're doing the homeschool lesson in the bedroom. All right. And so the final thing that's on here is just my little hand lettering. So sometimes I want to change up the lettering of my headings, and so I have created a video on how I drew these different lettering. So I think that's in the description now. Yeah, 5 lettering. So if you want to figure out, oh, I want to change things up, or I want to make my dashboard or create, you can use these letterings for greeting cards or happy birthday cards or thinking of you cards. Okay, so different ways, but you'll find more on Pinterest. Right, Pinterest is your friend. And then this is a stencil. This one is part actually of the pop organizer, Filofax pop organizer. So they don't sell it individually, but they do have on Filofax stencils that you can get, or like I said in the description, I put just other options in the Amazon affiliate link. So if you want to create letters, buntings, and all different shapes. And then this little envelope portion here again is part of the Eco Essential A5 Filofax planner. So if you do want to purchase any Filofax, I have an affiliate code. You can get 30% from their personalization station. You can get 20% off any products that's non-leather, and you can get 10% off any of their leather products. It's either Marianne 30, Marianne 20, Marianne 10. So the affiliate code. And so, yeah. And then the final thing here is the Filofax Domino Soft has this little notepad thing. At the moment, I've just got my little notepad here, because when I read my books that I want to take notes, keynotes in, I use the spiral notebooks rather than the big book, because in the big book it can get lost. All my notes can get lost. Marianne, have you considered a lettering book? Yes, that could be a nice little lettering book. It's I've got so many things I love to do, and it's one of these things is where to find the time. But yeah, that's a great idea, making a lettering book. But yeah, so I'll add that. Hey, let's put that on the list of stuff. Okay, let's park that. Park lettering book idea. So then I don't forget. What is a lettering book? I guess it's a book that follow instructions. Yeah, is that what you're thinking of, Steph? Like a step-by-step instructions book. Okay, so let me just pop my thing there. So like I was saying, I just put here in the little notepad slip here is, you like to use little spiral notebooks for keynotes that I'm reading from the book. So then it's easier for me to refer to this rather than a big notebook that has lots of other stuff, because then or I could easily put tabs or put little sticky note flags. But individual notebooks I read, any notes that I take, I pop into a spiral notebook, and then what I do is I go on Google, get the picture of the book cover, print it using my HP Sprocket. I think this is HP Sprocket 200. And then I have the printer paper, photo printer paper. So these are, of course, for photos, right? But I like to use things in many ways, and this is a great way to use it. I go on Google, get the book cover, pop it in my phone, do a screen, it's the screen grab, or put it in the iCloud drive or whatever, and then I think that this is 2 by 3 inch. Okay, and then I print the book cover. So I've got Marie Forleo's Everything is Figureoutable. I have Brian P. Moran and Michael Lennington's The 12-Week Year, and because it was a big book, I have volume 1 and volume 2. Okay, I have Ali Abdal. I've read his book, Feel Good Productivity, volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, and also the one Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, volume 1 and 2 by Susan Jeffers. So as you can see, a lot of the books I read are the things that I want to help me myself personally. So a lot of these things that I share with you, I'm doing for myself. And then I thought, and I was just putting it out there on Instagram and on Facebook. I didn't want to bombard my friends with all these things I'm learning, all these things that I'm doing for myself, right? And so I would just share it. I did not, there was no, in my vision, I had no vision of being a content creator on Instagram or YouTube. I was just showing what I was doing, because as a creative person, I, wanted to show someone, anybody, hey, look, this is what I made. And I showed it. And then people started to follow, and I went, oh, okay, well, if there's one person who wants to know how to do that, well, I'll just put it out there. And this is where I'm I'm not an expert. Maybe I'm just 1 to 2 steps ahead of maybe where you are right now. And a lot of I go through overwhelm, and anxious thoughts, low moments, self-doubt, limiting beliefs. I go through it every day, but I know each day I need to do something to make sure I keep moving forward. And then, through what I learn, hopefully you can get ideas and inspiration. And so these books, right? So look at that. All right. So photo printer with photo paper, and then the books. So now anytime I go, oh yes, what was that thing that Ali Abdaal wrote? And then I go through there, and then I just put the date. And then I only read my books 10 minutes at a time, because that's as much as I want within my capacity, or else it'll go through one ear out the other. And so yeah, let me quickly have a look. Let me see if I can use I'm going to use one of my new layouts. Where is it? Let me see. Where is it? Check. Okay. Will it work? Sound is off all that time. What was I saying? Where was I? What was the last thing? Muted. Nope. Oh no, not just me then. Yeah, so I have to make sure when I go to this layout, this scene, that I don't have the phone muted. Oh man, no, Marianne is muted. All right. See, sometimes when I get so passionate about something, I don't check the chat right away. So I think what I was saying was, with regards to creating my own fonts, a lot of them I did inspired by those on Pinterest. And so I want to honor those that create these lovely artistic stuff. And so a lot of the times, I want to source out the original person that created fonts, or or because a lot of these fonts, we get ideas from each other, but it's really important that if there's something that I do or create, I tag the source or the person that I got the idea from. So then that way they get the accolades. It's just me, a lot of the times it's me going, oh, I've tried that thing for my planner. Okay, so yes, we're back. Marianne, unmute. Marianne is muted. See, that's why probably, what I'll need soon is like a what do they call it? Oh, Elle, you have to remind me. Moderator. But I never know when I'll be on, because it's just I'm trying to, grab the opportune of. But yeah. Anyway, my voice is going, and my son is coming out of the room, and he's probably going, when can I go back to my desk? Okay, so how long have we been going on? How long has this live been on? 1 hour and 45 minutes. That's pretty good. That's what I sort of wanted. All right. So that is my full A5 planner flip through, with a lot of reasons why I use all those different planners. So once I have a bit of lunch, and then I'll go watch everything back, I'll try and do timestamps of the different things, so then you can remember where information. And then if at all you have any questions about how you can use my planner pages or the way that I plan things, do not hesitate to write things in the comment, or join my Plannerettes community and speak up there, ask there, because sometimes we're not all, visible on Instagram or on YouTube, or, so if there's any questions, join the Plannerettes community. There's the QR code, link is in the description. And if you want to be like Brenda and buy one, my merchandise, even better. I don't have my mug here because it's the afternoon. But yeah, so I have finally been wanting to create my own, well, not, my merchandise with my plan, make, reflect. So this is through a third party, fourth wall. And I not my own products, but I've received products that from other content creators that use them, and the quality is good. And so there's hats, there's bags, so I'm going to order a sample of each for me, so then I can go and this is my first next one, my tumbler, the clear tumbler. So that amount there is in Australian dollars. Let me see if I can change it into US dollars. Okay, so, but yeah, so that's just another income stream that I have created for myself and my family. So just, yeah, if all you're interested, if you want to support my channel, these are the things I'm asking for it, because if we don't ask, then we won't get, and or people may not know. But yeah, so I do appreciate it. Looking good. Remember how proud we are all of you. And I have to remember that, because there's lots of days where I question it. But I think the showing up and being with each other is a really good time for us to know that we're not alone. We have someone to count on. And showcase your lovely planner pages. I know a lot of us are not Instagrammers, and we don't have a platform to show the pretty planner pages we have created for ourselves. Yes, saw your new motto change. Yes, I did. So it used to be, for those who may not have known, it was plan, do, review. So the do got changed to make, because make is the creativeness. Do seems like action, go get it. But make is like, let's make the day great by, being creative. So, and I want to make more stuff in this channel. Like there's so many things that I want to make, just to make planning fun, not just the clear divided tabs, or pocket dashboards. I think a few years back I made from the air drying clay. Is that how you say it? Like little cute little planner. And so I want to be able to show that. So if you want to create little clay things, I have to try and figure out my oven though, because it's like it was either too hot or not hot enough. And so those things. So there's so many things I want to make as part of my planning. So it's still all planner related or outside of planning. And just because creativity and fun and play needs to be an important part of our schedule, not just to-do list. And then the reflect from the plan make reflect is rather than review, because the review seems so more methodical, like graphs, and just what we see on paper. Reflect allows us to, yes, our habit tracker may not have been filled in, but what else happened outside of our planner pages? So earlier I said, if my workout tracker didn't get filled in, is it because I failed? No, it's because I was nursing my emotions. Or maybe, someone might have been sick, so you couldn't work out. So reflect allows us to see more than what's on our planner pages, is to have a look at all the other things. And so reflect. So yes, the motto change. But yes, so look, I appreciate everyone for tuning in with me. I don't even know what time it is where you are. Lots of probably late night already. I appreciate you. Now tomorrow I'm not going to be on live, but I do have a my podcast. So in the link, make sure to follow the playlist, or if you're on Spotify, I am on Spotify. I have to try and figure out how to get on Apple, what's it called on Apple, right? So then you can listen there as well. So I'll get episodes there. So as part of my growing and learning, I've revived my podcast, and it's just a quick, I think I did a survey of how long you guys want to listen to podcasts. It's a 10 to 15 minute things that just, if there are times where you just need the right words, sometimes you need to find the right words to get you out of the funk, to clear the fog, to just a little reminder that, hey, you are doing a good job. You are showing up, and whatever capacity and whatever energy you have at the moment, just taking that one little step is a win. That's a gold star, right? So if you follow me on the Plannerets community, a gold star is a win. When you're doing these 1 to 5 star rating, a win is still a win. Woo, woo, indeed. All right. So I thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I will see you in the comment section in the podcast. And then for Thursday, I think Thursday I am going to reflect on how well I did with the goals that I created for myself in February. So my Thursday, your Wednesday, for majority of you, have your goals tracker ready, and we can go and review how we went in February, celebrate the wins, review and reflect our progress, and then make new habits for the month of March that's within our capacity. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Bye-bye. Bye.